Piers Morgan, 57, took to Twitter this morning as he erupted into a furious rant about the England team's U-turn in view of his 8.1 million followers. The former Good Morning Britain presenter blasted the football team for backing down on wearing armbands for the Qatar World Cup, which he branded virtue signalling in the first place. England, Wales and 5 other European nations have backed down on wearing an armband in support of the LGBTQ+ community following a threat of sporting sanctions from World Football's governing body. The UK teams previously had plans to wear the armbands to show their stance on LGBTQ+ issues, given the brutal punishments gay and queer people can be subjected to in Qatar. Ridiculous that England made such a fuss about wearing virtue-signalling armbands at this World Cup, Piers tweeted. Even more ridiculous they've now been bullied into not wearing them. If you're going to virtue signal, at least have the guts to stick to your supposed principles. In a follow-up tweet, he continued, "I'm not gay, but if I was, I'd be absolutely furious about this FA armband U-turn. Makes an absolute mockery of the whole we're going to speak out about human rights in Qatar rather than boycott its stance." Yesterday, Piers fumed after the BBC refused to broadcast the World Cup opening ceremony in Qatar due to the country's treatment of women, queer people and migrant workers. Outrageously disrespectful to Qatar that the BBC didn't broadcast the World Cup opening ceremony, and instead put out more virtue-signalling guff about how awful it is, Piers wrote. If they're that appalled, they should bring home their vast army of employees and spare us this absurd hypocrisy. In another tweet, he added, "Where was all this BBC moral outage at the Russia World Cup? And will you be doing it at the next one in USA, re-gun/abortion etc.? Or is just Arab countries/culture that trouble you? Sick." Soon after the star began complaining about England's armband row, headlines emerged that Harry Kane might miss England's final group game against Wales after FIFA threatened to book captains at the World Cup who plan to wear the One Love armband. "I hope we're putting as much energy into practicing penalties as we are into signaling our virtue," he wrote in response to the news. Today, Piers shared a tweet from Rob Harris, which confirmed England and Wales won't wear One Love armbands at the World Cup. A joint statement from the football associations of England, Wales, Belgium, Denmark, Germany, the Netherlands said this morning, "FIFA has been very clear that it will impose sporting sanctions if our captains wear the armbands on the field of play. As national federations, we can't put our players in a position where they could face sporting sanctions including bookings. So we have asked the captains not to attempt to wear the armbands in FIFA World Cup games." So, after all the virtue signalling, England's footballers cave at the thought of a yellow card, Piers shot back in disgust. Today England will face Iran in a World Cup match that begins at 1 p.m.